The Omaha City Council passed the median restriction ordinance in a 6-1 vote. Good afternoon, I'm Zach Miller.
And I'm Julie Trin. Nebraska Humane Society is fighting back against puppy mills.
All this and more right here on the Omaha News.
From the studios of UNO Television, this is the Omaha News, presented by UNO School of Communication.
The Nebraska Humane Society is in desperate need for adoptions before the winter season. Mitchell Linneman reports about a Nebraska problem that you may not know about.
Especially like the grown-up dogs, they're like, you know, they've been through things, so they have a story, they have a past.
Adopting an animal can be tricky, especially when you want to take home every last one of them. Pam Weiss of the Nebraska Humane Society says that when you adopt locally, you may be saving more than just one animal.
What will happen in the wintertime, though, if we get to a point where we're very low and we have room, we'll be able to take other animals from other places that are very crowded and overpopulated.
One of the places that the Humane Society receives dogs from are puppy mills, which is an especially bad problem in Nebraska.
Nebraska is guilty of being the fourth worst state in the United States for puppy mills. One way that we can combat this problem is by adopting locally.
Rescuing an animal is a great way to get a pet and a great way to give a pet who needs a second chance while not supporting puppy mills.
Nicole Karen and Vini Hernandez volunteered to help prep new dogs for their permanent homes.
Yeah, we like to come and like pet them and say hi because we know they're kind of lonely, so.
Play around with them, you know, making them feel comfortable.
Weiss has advice for anyone looking to adopt.
See where the animal is being housed, to ask about the mother and the father and want to see at least one of those, if not both, to make sure that they're all in good health.
For the Omaha News, I'm Mitchell Linneman.
About adopting locally, you can go to the Nebraska Humane Society located at 90th and 4th Street or visit their website.
Boys Town has been supporting Omaha youth since December 12, 1917, 100 years ago. As Kylie Kite reports, Boys Town still influences the community today.
100 years ago, priest Edward J. Flanagan founded Boys Town. History Hall specialist Gary Klein teaches about his legacy.
Thousands and thousands and thousands of lives have been transformed and bettered because of him and his vision and his impact.
Today, Flanagan's Home for Boys has 12 national locations and has impacted over 40,000 families nationwide, including Amadi Watts, Boys Town foster parent.
Father Flanagan's dream is very real. So I would just say thank you to him for that.
With so much history, Boys Town is bringing its story off campus and into the city. For its 100-year anniversary, Boys Town has an exhibit here at the Omaha-Durham Museum.
There's a quilt which you might have seen that goes through the history of Boys Town that's incredible, that kind of has a little road that's supposed to take you through the 100-year history of Boys Town. It's pretty cool.
As for Gary, he says he'll continue teaching Boys Town history and mentoring high school students there in math. Currently, he's tutoring a 9th grade girl.
Good kid. I mean, I told her last week if I had another daughter, I'd like her to be just like her. They got good kids in here.
For the Omaha News, I'm Kylie Kite.
The Durham Museum will be open until late January for the public to view the special 100 Years of Boys Town exhibit.
The Omaha City Council passed the median restriction ordinance Tuesday in a 6-1 vote. The new ordinance prohibits anyone from loitering on medians within 200 feet of Omaha's most dangerous intersections. Mayor Gene Stothard says this ordinance addresses public safety and the risk to everyone who uses our city streets. Not everyone agrees the ordinance will help Omaha's panhandling problem. Councilmember Vinnie Palermo says it ignores the poverty problem in Omaha. Palermo cast the only vote against the ordinance.
A community survey is going around South Omaha with some help with some volunteers. Stephanie Zombralway says District 7 Senator Tony Vargas created a survey that would rank issues important to people in his district.
Senator Tony Vargas of South Omaha is knocking on doors, along with volunteers on a community survey he started a little bit over a month now. The surveys are also provided in Spanish and English.
What we ask people is to prioritize. We give them 6 big key issues and want them to tell us which is more or least important to you.
Some of the issues include public education and job training, affordable housing, cutting taxes, and reducing government regulation.
I meet a lot of people in the community that you don't get to meet, and like going to someone's store and them opening up and you're like, oh, we're doing a community survey. And we go to every registered voter's door, so it's a complete nonpartisan issue.
This way we can see, what do people care about more? Do they really care about health care more than, let's say, cutting taxes?
Also making sure that everyone is registered to vote, that we can, if they're not, we just hand them a slip and they can turn it in when they're ready to turn it in.
I think that when more people feel that their elected officials are accessible, that they know who they are, that they're going to listen, that there's things that they can do, and they also know the things that they can't do that other offices can, that's going to increase the civic health of our community.
The community survey will be going on until next year, and with that, Senator Vargas will be presenting a bill with the issues that he sees are most important for the South Omaha community. For the Omaha News, I'm Stephanie Zambrano.
Vargas says this is something his office will continue to do. When we come back, we will continue our series featuring Toya women.
And UNO's free parking shuttle service is coming to an end.
Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
You've always known you were a leader, someone who works hard to achieve your goals. You can see it. You can see your success in front of you. You pursue a college education for the old-fashioned reasons, to learn, to make yourself more valuable, to succeed. You need a place that celebrates your ambition and positions you alongside visionary people just like you. You, my friend, belong here, the University of Nebraska at Omaha.
Join the fun and compete with UNO Intramurals. Get involved with the perfect combination of exercise, recreation, and competition. This fall semester, enjoy the thrill of flag football and the rush of sand volleyball. The competitive sports team not only provides activities year-round, they offer positions of employment. There is nothing stopping you from being a part of UNO Intramurals. Sign up today to compete in the upcoming Intramurals basketball, indoor soccer, and bowling. For more information, visit facebook.com/UNO-IMSports and IMLeagues.com. Be a part of UNO Intramurals.
Dear Journal, it's been several hours since the initial outbreak of terror and chaos and overall scariness of this holiday. Right now, it's just me, myself, and this old man who was nice enough to keep me in his basement for a while. So we're just gonna sit back, listen to Mav Radio's Haunted Heartland, and wait for this Halloween to blow over. I wonder what he's gonna use that knife on, because I'm starving right now.
If it's important to Nebraskans, it's important to us. Hi everyone, I'm Kathy Wyatt, producer and host of the 30-minute weekly statewide television program called Consider This. Now in our 21st season, we will be addressing topics about health, finance, politics, culture, religion, and even sports. We hope you'll consider joining us.
This is the Omaha News.
For 7 years, HBO's Game of Thrones has been making headlines across the world. Omaha News reporter Ryan Holst is a fan of the series and looked into why Game of Thrones has become such a phenomenon.
For the past 7 years, HBO's Game of Thrones has made its mark across the film industry and the world.
Since becoming a worldwide phenomenon, Game of Thrones has managed to influence preconceived notions of storytelling while also influencing a multitude of demographics.
UNO student Drew Roberts is a part of the massive fan base and has followed both the show and the book series since the beginning.
I have like a bunch of random coffee cups. I like to collect coffee cups. I have a couple of the books in various languages. I have one in Russian and one in Lithuanian.
Dr. Adam Tima believes one reason people connect to the series is how it relates to real-world events and politics.
I always ask about 4 questions, or 4 realities, which are race, class, gender, and power. We can use various narratives, various tropes to discuss what's happening in the world right now.
Aside from its political elements, both the show and the book series are notorious for its treatment of characters.
It's a narrative that we don't normally see, especially at this level of success. Normally, main characters in stories are protected by what I call plot armor. This show very quickly shows you that it will kill off everyone and anyone.
TV has gotten so freaking formulaic that we need to have these strange twists and these interesting surprises. Good television forces people to sit down and talk about it. I think that's what's gone on with Game of Thrones.
For the Omaha News, I'm Ryan Holst.
The 8th and final season of Game of Thrones is yet to be announced, but has a predicted release date of 2019.
The Benson Favorite Zombie Walk was originally canceled this year, but when a group of Benson businesses and organization heard there wasn't going to be a zombie walk down Maple Street this year, they decided to take action. As a result, the 2017 Omaha Zombie Walk is set for Friday, November 3rd in the downtown Benson area. This year's event will coincide with the November's edition of Benson's First Friday. There is no cost to participate in the walk, however, donations will be accepted on the behalf of the Sienna Francis House.
Bellevue police have arrested 3 people between the ages of 16 and 18 in connection to an assault at Freeman Park in Bellevue. All 3 of the suspects were cited for 3rd-degree assault, and one of them also received a citation for robbery for stealing a necklace that belonged to the victim. A 4th suspect has not been located. All 3 of the suspects are juveniles, so their names will not be made public. The incident occurred last month, but a video of the attack went viral on Monday.
Continuing our series on Toya Women, this week a look at the accomplishments of the outstanding young Omahan Sheena Kennedy Helgenberger.
We have about 29% of kids right now in Douglas County are overweight or obese.
Sheena Kennedy Helgenberger moved to Omaha 10 years ago from Bellevue, Nebraska. She attended UNO and earned her master's degree from UNL. She is currently the coalition director at Live Well Omaha Kids.
I became interested in the nonprofit world just through my education experience. I've always been a volunteer. My family had me volunteering as a child.
One of the projects Sheena is working on is the Omaha Bike Safety Education.
Offering bike safety as a way of easy, low-cost transportation. Also just giving them more options to be active.
Through the project, kids receive free helmets and even a bike as a graduation present from the program.
In grad school, I got involved with the Girl Scout, and that really introduced me to empowering underprivileged kids, especially girls.
Sheena had the opportunity to work with girls that are placed at the detention center awaiting trial through Girl Scout.
It was extremely eye-opening, just learning about some of the issues teens are facing in our community, things like running away from their home, absenteeism, drug use, even sex trafficking. I learned a lot about the really tough issues that people are facing even when they're children.
For the Omaha News, I'm Julie Trin. Next week on Toya Women, we are spotlighting Leslie Fisher.
Still to come, Omaha puts a bid in for Amazon's second headquarters.
And an increase in narcotics abuse arrives on college campuses.
We'll be right back.
I am a senior music education student in the School of Music. I'm a PR and advertising major in the School of Communications.
I'm a senior and I'm a communication studies major.
Senior, majoring in creative writing.
I'm a communication studies student.
I love band and I knew that I always wanted to be involved in music some way. There was never really any question of anything else.
I love CFM so much. They've helped me out a lot, just letting me know that they're here for me, that there's a support system.
It gives you such a good opportunity to grow and hone your skills. And I think you really learn things about yourself. And I know I've gotten opportunities at UNO and because of CFAM that I wouldn't be able to anywhere else.
The core reason why I'm a communication studies major is because I really just love helping people.
My favorite part about poetry is just escaping into a different world. I can talk about it for hours and hours.
What you like to do is like your superpower.
Girls Inc. is a place open to all girls from all walks of life. Girls Inc. helps inspire our girls to be strong, smart, and bold in the community. Volunteers can come in and just work with our girls. We have a lot of our programs that require supplies. Pens and pencils, to STEM kits, to sports supplies, office supplies. We know that when you educate girls, you better your community.
This is the Omaha News.
A new sports complex will soon be built in Elkhorn. Nebraska Elite and Omaha Sports Academy are planning on building a new 120,000 square foot facility near 204th and Dodge Street. Nebraska Elite and Omaha Sports says the new complex will help with their continuous growth. The plan is to have the complex open by the fall of next year. Plans will be submitted to the city for final approval.
Narcotics abuse is an increasingly problem nationwide that is creeping on college campuses. Omaha News reporter Danielle Meadows has a story.
4 narcotics overdoses have occurred on UNO's campus since 2016, according to the daily crime and fire log from UNO Public Safety. Anahi Soto is a resident assistant for the Maverick Village dorms. While she's never encountered a resident overdose, RAs learn how to handle these situations early on.
We do a lot of training before the school year even starts.
RAs have a set protocol during these cases, which includes asking some questions.
Are you going to kill yourself? And then we have to ask them, are you planning to hurt yourself or anyone else?
Soto said most college students experiment with drugs out of curiosity.
A lot of things on social media, it's big. It gets people, curious. They want to try it out too.
Assistant Police Chief Mike Murphy said student safety is the priority in overdose situations.
The main thing is we want to make sure that that student gets medical attention right away.
Narcotics have a high risk of addiction, according to Murphy.
People start using them legitimately, and then it might get an abuse form after that.
UNO has counselors available in the K&H building, along with frequent NA and AA meetings.
If any student would be having any kind of distress or using narcotics or illicit drugs, and it's becoming a point in their life where it's taken over, it's best to go ahead and reach out.
For the Omaha News, I'm Danielle Meadows.
For more information on seeing a counselor on participating in meetings, visit UNO's Counseling and Psychological Services website.
Omaha is in the running to nab Amazon's second headquarters, but there's a lot of competition. Amazon tweeted Monday that it has received 238 proposals from cities and regions in 54 states, provinces, districts, and territories in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Amazon estimates its new second headquarters would bring 50,000 new jobs to the city it chooses. The company says it will make its decision next year.
UNO's free parking shuttle service is coming to an end in 2018. Reporter John Strom finds out how this decision will affect campus students.
Students pay thousands a year to attend the University of Nebraska at Omaha. Permits to park here rack up hundreds more on top of that. As the university is primarily attended by off-campus students, the thought and cost of actually getting to class is on the minds of many. It's no wonder that students like Aaron Robinson would choose to forego the extra expense and instead take a shuttle from UNO's free parking lot at Baxter Arena.
The shuttles were the best way I found earlier on. When they first got Law 26 is actually really amazing because they ran to like 10:30. And so I could have my late classes without a worry.
However, this option will soon be gone.
Students can park at the nearby Elmwood, but they'll have to be lucky to find a spot. And it's quite a hike uphill just to get to campus.
Once you hit around 8:30, you may get one spot, but it's not going to be, you're probably not.
For current passengers going forward, the only convenient alternative is to open up that wallet.
Like they're kind of cutting away from the students' benefits in a way. They keep increasing parking passes prices.
Even then, there's no guarantee you'll be close to your destination. For the Omaha News, I'm John Strum.
As of now, UNO's parking services are still in talks with administration about next year's shuttle.
Since opening its doors in 1908, UNO has grown into a nationally recognized university with 15,526 students. As Gloria Espejel reports, the university is using new and improved homecoming events to keep these 15,000 students involved.
Kicking off with a parade, Pie a Senator, and a drag show, UNO is using this year's homecoming events to provide more opportunities for students to get involved.
It's getting away from the commuter college phase, and now we get into where a lot of students stay on campus now, so we have to provide a lot of more opportunity for them to participate.
Just like academics, student engagement pieces are equally as important.
High attendance in one event gives the same, if not better, outcome to other events, helping the school's growth and giving students a break from the midterm stress.
Oh, for sure. I was like completely stressed today. I finally get here, I just let loose, and it was awesome. I'm not even thinking about school right now.
High participation and low stress are what make involvement go from mediocre to a student tradition.
Every year it's going to get bigger and bigger, because last year it was amazing, and then this year we had a great turnout, and hopefully by next year and then 10 years from now I hope it's a trademark for UNO.
For the Omaha News, I'm Gloria Espejel.
Homecoming events continue until Sunday, October 29th. Students will have opportunities to get involved with events like Battleship Tonight at the Health Center pool. The weekend will be filled with UNO soccer, volleyball, and basketball games.
When we return, national parks are doing in order to raise money.
And we take a look at throwbacks to the early days of hot rod culture.
We'll be right back.
At Omaha is a place for tomorrow's leaders, a place where individuals converge on a path to success, getting the attention and direction they need as they begin their career. It's where students take pride in serving Omaha, a city we've invested in for more than 100 years. UNO is a place where greatness begins. The University of Nebraska at Omaha.
Wait! Don't you want a balloon? Surely you want your favorite airplane?
No thanks. I got a bunch more.
Please wait. You can listen to Haunted Heartland in here.
You mean the spooky, scary Halloween broadcast heard only on UNO's Mad Radio FM and KVNO 90.7 HD2? Give it to me. Give it to me.
I was just kidding. We don't have anything in here.
Tune in to Haunted Heartland October 31st at 6 p.m. only on Mav Radio FM and KVNO 90.7 HD2.
Give it to me.
Referred to by critics as cheap and talentless, a new movement among custom car buffs has been growing in popularity. With a look at throwbacks to the early days of hot rod culture, Omaha News reporter Justin Doering introduces us to alternative beaters known as rat rods.
Well, usually when you come to car shows, you see a lot of cars like 57 Chevys and 68, 69 Chevelles, Camaros, Mustangs, those type of cars. But what's really fun is the rat rods.
Builder Mac Sharp repurposed parts from a 1949 Ford pickup truck with 55 Ford axles and rebuilt them around a V8 engine from a Chevrolet.
A bunch of junk parts of cars to get put together.
The term rat rod and its dismissive rejection by hot rod traditionalists comes from their use of cheap upholstery, primer, and absence of paint, chrome, or polished surfaces. These cars are meant to be enjoyed as daily drivers and are not intended to be interpreted as artistic or a display of their builder's skill.
Rat rods are becoming increasingly popular among enthusiasts. Both low cost and homemade, these monstrosities are tributes to their highly polished hot rod brethren from the 1940s and 1950s.
Nice. Big old headers on it. Gotta love the old school rust on it.
Over the last decade, rat rods have become more accepted to car shows and the car culture overall. While some shows are devoted to them, the cars are finding more fans and wider audiences than ever. In Plattsmouth for the Omaha News, I'm Justin Doring.
Originally, the rat rod moniker was derogatory, but now is widely adopted as a term of endearment.
The National Park Service is considering an increase in entrance fees at the 17 of its most popular parks, mostly in the U.S. West, to address a backlog of maintenance and infrastructure projects. Visitors to Grand Canyon, Yosemite, Yellowstone, and Zion and other national parks would be charged $70 per vehicle, up from the fee of $30 for a weekly pass. At others, the hike is nearly triple the current price. The Park Service says it's expected to raise $70 million a year, with the proposal at a time when national parks repeatedly have been breaking visitation records and putting a strain on parks' resources. The proposal would not affect several free weekends and holidays at parks throughout the year.
That's all for this week. Tune in next Wednesday for another installment of the Omaha News.
You can also follow the Omaha News on Facebook and Twitter at UNO the Omaha News. For all of us here at the Omaha News, thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time.
The UNO TV team teaches students the skills they need to take professional jobs in the Omaha community. Through paid positions, students build their skills in lighting, audio, camera work, and other essential control room operations. Programs air locally on TKN and statewide on NHE World. UNO Television, student crew, professional staff, award-winning results.
Dear Journal, it's been several hours since the initial outbreak of terror and chaos and overall scariness of this holiday. Right now, it's just me, myself, and this old man who was nice enough to keep me in his basement for a while. So we're just gonna sit back, listen to Mav Radio's Haunted Heartland, and wait for this Halloween to blow over. I wonder what he's gonna use that knife on, cause I'm starving right now.
You've always known you were a leader, someone who works hard to achieve your goals. You can see it. You can see your success in front of you. You pursue a college education for the old-fashioned reasons. To learn, to make yourself more valuable, to succeed. You need a place that celebrates your ambition and positions you alongside visionary people just like you. You, my friend, belong here, the University of Nebraska at Omaha.